What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Red King Bobo. Way back at it again today for you guys. Uh, so news came out earlier today, and I think this is one that kind of I'm not shocked about, but at the same time, I had a feeling this would come down the pipeline. I didn't know how soon it would be. I didn't know when this news would break out because over the last, I don't know, like freaking few weeks, some people have said, "Oh, the Steelers are not interested in Justin Fields, Russell Wilson, this that." And like they are perfectly content with Kenny Pickett as the starter and whatnot. And I was like, "Ain't no way in hell you sticking with just that, bro. There's no way in hell that's the case." Like, and to be honest, I've been on here saying, "Listen, dog, uh, you gotta get a quarterback." And I've said on social media too. I've been like, dude, either you get Justin Fields, you get Russell Wilson, or you just tank. Really, that's all it comes down to. And right now, it came out that the Steelers are intro. Oh, hold on, wait. It came out that they said that the Steelers are gonna meet with Russ. Um, like they're interested in signing him. However, they will meet with Russ in a case if they like do sign or some stuff like that. Which, to be honest, listen, I know a lot of people don't like the idea of Russ coming to Pittsburgh, but think about it, it just makes sense because you look at how the exit from Denver happened, and you look at his time in Denver. His first year wasn't great. I'll be the first one to tell you that it wasn't great. But if you look at his second year, production wise, it was actually not that bad. I mean, 26 touchdowns with 9 interceptions. That was vintage Russ. And we had moments where he threw some deep balls. He threw some, like, really good stuff. He went into Buffalo and beat the brakes off of Josh Allen before they started coming back. I mean, dog. He beat Josh Allen. And then he beat Patrick Mahomes in his building. Not in Arrowhead. I'm talking Denver. So, you take that into consideration, like, this man still got what it takes to be an elite quarterback. Now, this is where I do blame Denver for this, because they still, to the day, can't run a good organization correctly. Um, because for years, they've been trying to figure out the quarterback situation since Peyton left. And they've come up short. I mean, they went from Drew Lock to, I don't know, Braxton Lynch to freaking Joe Flacco, Teddy Bridgewater, Case Keenum, Russ. I mean, the list goes on since Peyton left. And they've still not found the answer to be the heir apparent. Um, but then you also look at the coaching. I mean, basically what happened, Russ went to Denver. I don't think that they wanted him because you get Nathaniel Hackett and automatically you think you're getting Aaron Rodgers. That was not the case. He still chilled up in Green Bay, um, and then Nathaniel Hackett got fired, and now Aaron Rodgers and Nathaniel Hackett is with the New York Jets. Um, and then you leave Russ in Denver, and I don't even think he wanted to be in Denver at that point. I think he was just like, dude. So the coach just left. Now what the hell am I gonna do? Um, Now you bring in Sean Payton. Let me say this about Sean Payton, dog, because I think this needs to be addressed by someone, and I'm willing to use this platform, whatever. Russell Wilson was not the guy that Sean Payton wanted. You have to understand that. When Drew Brees got to New Orleans, Sean Payton wanted Drew Brees. He never wanted Russell Wilson. never wanted him. If anything, he was willing to tell him to restructure his contract. He never did that with Drew Brees. Ain't no way in hell he ever did that. So why start with him? A guy who already won the Super Bowl. A guy who been to another Super Bowl. And on top of that, has the best winning percentage of any quarterback still playing. The man played better this year than Kirk Cousins did in the games that Kirk Cousins played. So you can't tell me that, oh, Russ played like straight garbage. 26 touchdowns with 9 interceptions, dog? Are you kidding me? Hell no. I'll take that. Listen, I am a Steeler fan. I am a lifelong Steeler fan. And if they're going to get Russell Wilson, that's hell of a lot better than what I had last year with Kenny Pickett, and then he got hurt, and then you threw Mitch Trubisky in. Now he's with the Bills again, and then you threw Mason Rudolph out there. Listen, this is all I gotta say for some Steelers fans that like Rudolph. 2019 happened. Alright, you can't overlook that. 2019 happened. If Mason played well, if he had gotten this team to the playoffs and won a playoff game in 2019, we would not be having this discussion. We would not be having this discussion of, Kenny Pickett's still there. I mean, dude, he didn't even beat out Pickett in the quote-unquote competition in Pickett's first year. He didn't beat him out. He was the third quarterback. And then on top of that, look at that. He went through a whole, when Ben came back, he was like inserted into the Dallas game, almost through a pick. Then he got inserted into the Detroit game the following year, had a tie with the Detroit Lions, while they were still in the process of rebuilding. And then, dude, in between that, he lost to the Cleveland Browns. I mean, he had games where it's like, dude, what are you doing? That's all I'm saying. So, I don't even look at those 4 games of Mason and be like, oh yeah, he was good. Dude, look at who he was playing! Geno Smith, who has bounced around place to place to place, and took the Seahawks to the playoffs one time. Didn't win, but took them to the playoffs one time. Then, hold up, he beats Jake Browning. Everybody beats Jake Browning. Patrick Mahomes beats Jake Browning. The Steelers beat Jake Browning with 2 different quarterbacks. Big deal. He ain't Joe Burrow. And then, hold up. He did little to nothing in the game against Baltimore. He threw 1 good pass. And that was when the Baltimore Ravens were doing 0 coverage, like they normally do. So, to say that, and the quarterback for the Baltimore Ravens was Tyler Huntley. Had it been Lamar Jackson, okay, maybe that's impressive. Had it was that Joe Burrow, maybe that's impressive. But then when we saw him go up against a real quarterback in Josh Allen, he did little to nothing. Now you can say the turnovers and this, that, and everything else, and I agree with that. However, you should be able to overcome those turnovers. But you didn't. And that's why. So, I'll take Russell Wilson for this simple fact that he's an upgrade over what we have currently. He is. He really is. And you know, I look at Russ. Was he treated fair in Denver? No. But if you look at what he had in Seattle with good defense, and decent offense. You saw what he became. He became a Super Bowl champion. He became another. He went back to the Super Bowl after that. The Steelers, all they really need to do is just get a quarterback that can actually move the ball effectively. Someone who's mobile, someone who's done this, someone who has experience in the game. I don't want no Ryan Tannehill or Kirk Cousins. Kirk Cousins sucks as far as I'm concerned. He's a mid quarterback at best. Mid. His playoff record, if we're going to be fair, it's not that great. Ryan Tannehill, his playoff record, it's okay. It ain't that great either. But then if you want to get to the nitty gritty, you say that you want to keep Justin Fields. No, I'm sorry, not Justin Fields. You say you want to keep Mason Rudolph. Well, Mason Rudolph's 0-1 in the playoffs. And not the 4 games don't and I'm getting so sick and tired of people that be like, oh, but they could just get to the 4th quarter. Why do you need for it to get to that? Why do you need to get to the 4th quarter in a tight ball game? No, you should be putting these guys away. That's all you need to do. And I think if you have Russ, I think because he's a dual threat quarterback and because he's had the experience and because he's been doing it in places like Seattle, do I think, and this is what I'm saying, and I hope a lot of you guys can agree when I say this. Seattle and Pittsburgh are basically the same. The style of offense that they run is ground and pound, play action. I mean, it's tailor-made for Russ. And the receivers that they have are tailor-made for Russ. The tight end, tailor-made for Russ, because when he had Jimmy Graham, he was really doing some damage. Now you get Pat Freiermuth, who's a good red zone tight end, might not be that bad. So, and then you look at it this way. Russ will have a defense that will have his back. And that's what I think is the best case scenario. And I get it, people will be like, but look at the division. I do look at that. Do I think that Deshaun Watson will be better than Russ? Hell no. Hell no. Because we see what Deshaun Watson is. He ain't that great. Joe Flacco played better than him. What about Lamar Jackson? Dude, Lamar Jackson is non-existent in the postseason. What about Joe Burrow? You might have a case. Because I do respect Joe Burrow than I respect the other two. Honest to God. Because Joe has shown that he can do it in the highest level. Now, do I think Russ can go toe-to-toe with Patrick Mahomes and Josh Allen? I do, because he took him down not once, but twice this past season. So, that's all I'm saying. I do think that Russ, if he's put in a position that is kind of the same for what he had up in Seattle, I think he'd be fine, honestly. Because he has good running game, two good running backs, a good wide receiver, and they're probably gonna trade for Deontay. They're probably gonna trade Deontay Johnson somewhere else, and we'll figure that part out. But the free agency, if I am Pittsburgh right now, I'll take Russ. Right? Hear me out. Take Russ. Go get Justin Simmons. Go get the linebacker Baker from Miami, who just got released. Go get a corner. Trayvon no, not Trayvon Diggs. Why am I thinking? Quadre Diggs. I'm sorry. Go get Quadre Diggs, right? Or Marshawn Lattimore, which either one works, really. go get them and see what you can do. But honestly, I think this team, this defense is still good enough to win you games. But the quarterback position needs to be tight. It needs to be great. It needs to be good. Because subpar quarterback play is not what the Steelers have always been. Subpar quarterback play will get you beat in the first round. Subpar quarterback play will get you 9-8 or 10-7. And that's not what the Steelers are based off of. Steelers are based off of excellence. And you're telling me that you'd rather rock with Mason Rudolph and Kenny Pickett, Ryan Tannehill, and Kirk Cousins? Boy, get out of my face. Because as far as I'm concerned, listen, Kenny, he showed some promise here and there, but it wasn't consistent. Mason Rudolph was damn near not consistent. Kirk Cousins, barely consistent. Barely. In his time in Washington and in his time in Minnesota, he is not consistent. His playoff record speaks for itself. Jimmy G beat him. Alright? Daniel Jones beat him. The only win under Kirk Cousins' belt is Drew Brees. But that's at the tail end of his career. So you can't tell me, oh, well, he good. He ain't good. He never been good. And then on top of that, you say Ryan Tannehill. Dude, Ryan Tannehill got benched. Now you're going to tell me, oh, but Russ got benched. Yeah, because Sean Payton did not want him. That's all that is. Russ got benched because Sean Payton did not want him. He wanted a QB tailored to his style like he had with Drew Brees. Now, this is what I'm saying. If Russ comes to Pittsburgh, it might be a different story. Now, we'll never know until it happens. And even then, I think Russ would be the starter next season. And honestly, having a quarterback of his caliber might not be bad because he can still go toe-to-toe with guys like Josh Allen and Patrick Mahomes. He can still go toe-to-toe with guys like Joe Burrow and Lamar Jackson. He can still go toe-to-toe with maybe a guy like C.J. Stroud. So, again, and maybe Aaron Rodgers. But we have to see what he can do when he has the proper pieces and a stable organization like the Steelers backing him up. Because if that's the case, and also I want to throw this little nugget in here because someone brought this up to me earlier. Russ is also partnered with Acusure. He's also partnered with Acusure. And look at the rumors that have been coming out for the last month, maybe 2 weeks. Ocho Cinco said that Russ might be coming to the Steelers. A lot of rumors say that Russ is interested in coming to the Steelers. So, this came from Jerry Dulac. Now, do I trust Jerry Dulac? Hell no. I don't trust him. However, when you connect the dots, maybe there's some truth into that. Maybe Russ does want to come here. And if that's the case, I'll take a guy who actually wants to come here. That actually wants to, he's got that chip on his shoulder that he can really be like, yo, I want to be a vital part to this team's success. He's all about winning. He's all about the grind. I'm for that. But I have to see it. I have to see if he's willing to do that. Because if he's willing to take a pay cut, if he's willing to do what it needs to do to win, then I'll be all for it. Because I'll stand behind Russ and be like, yo, we good, bro. We got it. We got you. I'm here for you, bro. But that's all I gotta see. So anyway, guys, if you do like this video, please make sure to go hit that like button. Please make sure to go subscribe to the channel for more. And if you want Russell Wilson to come to the Steelers, please let me know. If you think that he will be a Steeler by the end of the month, please, again, let me know. Anyway, this has been your boy Red King 508, and I am out, big fella.